So, how many times have you gone onto Google or any other search engine and you've typed in a question like, how often should I be posting on social media? Or some variation of that question. Listen, even as a content strategist, I have even done that myself just to see what other people are talking about, see what other people are doing, and see how much people are posting. And we all want some super secret formula or strategy or exact number. We want somebody to tell us what that number is and how often we should be posting. And today, I'm actually going to give you that number. And I'm going to tell you why that number is important, what to focus on, and exactly how to market your small business online. Now, this video might be a little bit different than the advice you've heard out there, and it may ruffle some feathers. But I can tell you what, this is a video that you're going to want a piece of paper and a pen to take down some notes. So get out your notebook and let's dive right in. Before we actually get into how much you should be posting on social media, online, for your content marketing, we actually need to dive into the concept of consistency. And I want to explain to you why it is so important, not only in your business, but in marketing and posting on social media. And there's two terms that I see get used interchangeably, and they have some key differences. So obviously I just mentioned one, the word consistency. And then there's another term that I want to kind of differentiate for you, and that is frequency. And I want to shift your perspective on how you use these terms and how they are going to integrate in how much you post on social media. In terms of marketing, when it comes to the word consistency, it just means the predictability of how you show up as a business online over a long period of time. This is what's going to help you maintain your brand presence, messaging, and your content strategy, no matter what platform or marketing avenue that you show up on. And the thing with consistency, this is what helps you build trust with your audience. It builds repertoire. It builds community, and people can get to know who you are. And this way, your audience knows what to expect from you over that long period of time. And to give you a quick example, you can maintain consistency over a long period of time, even just posting once a week. That is still consistent over a few years' time. Showing up once a week lets your audience know, hey, you can expect a YouTube video from Amber every single week, or maybe a web designer goes live once a week on Instagram, or whatever this looks like, but it's how often you are showing up over that long period of time. Now, when it comes to frequency, we want to start to think about this term in a shorter time frame. So how often are you showing up on social media within a very specific shorter time frame? Maybe it's weekly, maybe it's monthly. This is often what people might call a posting schedule or posting frequency. And it's the exact number of times that you show up on social media throughout the day. Consistency is directly going to affect how much trust you build with your audience, whereas frequency typically will kind of adjust how your analytics work on the day-to-day, your reach, your engagement rate, and things like that. Think of consistency as reliability and think of frequency as volume. And we can think of consistency as the quality of your content over a long period of time, whereas frequency can be the quantity of your content in a shorter period of time. So you can be consistent without having a high frequency. If you show up once a week on YouTube, on Instagram, or whatever that looks like over years, you can say that you've been consistent, but you do not have a high frequency. And having a high frequency does not always guarantee consistency. Let's say you see an influencer that posts 3, 4, 5 times a day over a couple of months and then ghosts their followers for the next 6. They have a high frequency, but not a long-term consistency plan. And this is where a lot of people get frustrated because consistency takes a long time. It is helping your audience get to know you, get to understand your brand, and showing up for them time and time again over the long run. And that's what's going to impact your community, your audience building, the trust building, whereas frequency can have a greater impact on your analytics. You're going to see these spikes and dips, and you're going to notice, hey, I gained a bunch of followers this day because I posted so many times, or, I ghosted my followers and my analytics dipped. So you really need to find a balance between both of these in order to have an impact on social media. Okay, so we've gone through those definitions, and you're still like, Amber, I need to know exactly how much to post. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to give you that answer, and it's an answer that you're probably not going to want to hear because in my expert opinion, my 10 years of experience of creating content strategies, creating content for others, I have seen the most success between consistency and frequency if you are showing up every single day. Now, I don't mean you have to be posting on the weekends or you have to actually create that content every single day, but for me, the approach that I like to take is you need to be posting for your business Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 a.m. Treat it like you would any other job, any other career, and you need to consistently be marketing your business every single day. Listen, I'm not going to be that unhinged bro marketer that's telling you to post 3 times a day on every single platform and show up on stories every 2 minutes. That's a bit ridiculous. On the other hand, sometimes I do find it a bit ridiculous to hear people say, you don't have to post every day on social media to be successful. And while that's mostly true, the thing you have to remember is that with these platforms, the more you show up, the better it is for you. And that's in terms of, we are in 2024, and that's what I've seen that works best on social media right now. So you have to find that middle ground. And yes, I know there are plenty of people that find success posting 3-4 times a day. And I know there are plenty of people that find success posting once a month. And there's no right or wrong answer, but here's the thing. You guys wanted a concrete number, and I'm going to give it to you. And I think you should have at least 1 post per day, Monday through Friday. Now, I'm a content strategist who's more of a realist, and I sit somewhere in the middle of those 2 opposing tactics when it comes to marketing your business online. So I like to say, showing up once a day fits in with the other things that you have going on in your business. And let me explain. It doesn't matter if you have a small team, if you're a solo entrepreneur, you are still treating your business like you would your 9 to 5. We are taking this seriously, and a part of those daily tasks, just like your client work, just like your client calls, just like your sales calls, or anything else that you're doing that's important in your business, you also need to make marketing a priority. You have your office hours, you have certain boundaries set around when and how you work, so we need to be able to include our marketing tasks in there as well. And the thing is, larger companies take this very seriously, and they understand the capacity at which they need to market their businesses in order to sell their products, offers, or services. And we need to start doing the same as small business owners. And I want to break this down even further and give you a quick example. So back in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, I decided to get on TikTok because I was struggling to get clients. Even though I'm a content strategist and I create content for a living, I was not posting consistently. I did not have a high frequency, nor did I have consistency in my content strategy in the way that I was showing up and marketing my business. So I dove headfirst into TikTok, and I realized the power of that platform. And what I would do is I would go and I would be creating 2, 3, 4 videos a day sometimes. And I would get so many inbound requests to work with me, a lot of inquiries, a lot of discovery calls. And the thing is, I would get so burnt out, not only creating the content, but that influx of new business, that I would stop posting on TikTok. And I would go weeks or sometimes months at a time without creating any new content, and that well would dry up. I wouldn't have those new inquiries. I didn't have those inbound new client acquisitions. And the thing with that is, I also would have clients fall off. That's just typical. Either the contract ended, or they wanted to move to something different, or, it just didn't align having us work together anymore. And that's totally fine. You probably go through something similar, whether you're a product-based business, a service-based business, you do courses, no matter what, you might see this up and down battle of marketing your tail off, getting a ton of new business, and then it's crickets because you forget to market your business. And that's why I have this philosophy of consistently marketing your business day in and day out will help you avoid those highs and those lows, and it'll kind of even out. Yes, you're always going to have this little up and down in your marketing of acquiring new people, of getting new customers. Instead of such high peaks and low valleys, when it comes to those new inquiries for your business, it's going to kind of flatten itself out just a bit. And I know that's probably a little overwhelming and a little crazy to hear. I want to talk you through some of the challenges you might face and kind of clarify what this might look like for you. I don't expect you to show up on YouTube every single day and create this crazy long form video. And I don't expect you to spend hours editing your TikTok videos. That is ridiculous. But what I want you to do, though, is figure out the platform and the spaces that you want to show up online and work towards making sure that you're marketing your business on those platforms every single day and showing up in a way that feels best to you. Let's dive into some examples here. This is going to vary business to business, and you're going to have to decide what works best for you. But let's say there is a stay-at-home mom, and she's trying to earn a bit of extra income, so she decides with whatever free time she has, she's going to do some VA work. And she might not always have the time to be showing up on Instagram stories or showing up on Instagram. So maybe she does one carousel a week and one reel a week over on Instagram. And then every other day, or those days that she's not posting on Instagram, she's showing up in like Facebook groups and having conversations and commenting and pitching herself and trying to grow her business. That is still maintaining both consistency and frequency in marketing her small business every day. And it doesn't always mean that she has to post some grand big video or show up on stories all day long. Or maybe there's like a web designer. She's 2 years into her business. She's got a good flow of clients, but she still wants to maintain consistency in marketing her business. So she is creating 3 videos a week to go on both Reels and TikTok. And then the other 2 days of the week, she decides to show up on stories, do more behind the scenes, or go live on Instagram, go live on TikTok. So as you can see, you can show up and maintain your consistency and your frequency every single day in a way that works for you. I don't expect you to create a million pieces of content every day, but you should be marketing your business online in some way, shape, or form every single day. Or at least Monday through Friday. That's my boundaries that I've set for myself. Maybe you like Saturdays and Sundays as well. By all means, go for it. So in order to make this a bit practical and give you some implementation tips, there's a few things that I want you to try. I'm a huge advocate for content batching, meaning you sit down and you work on all of your content in just one period of time. And I know that this is a practice that works really well. I do it for my business, but I know that that's always a little overwhelming and a little scary. But maybe you should start small with a content batching practice or routine. It could be as simple as jotting all your ideas down on Monday, executing them on Tuesday, scheduling them on Wednesday so that they're posted all next week for you. That's considered content batching. Or maybe that feels a bit overwhelming at first and you need something a little bit simpler, and you can just implement maybe a 5-minute routine every single morning to ensure that you have a post going out. Or you have, 10 to 15 minutes while you sip your morning coffee and you brainstorm your content idea for the day. Whatever this looks like for you, you can implement a practice or routine if that fits better in your day-to-day. And other things that you can try, you can lean into scheduling tools, which is going to help you maintain consistency and frequency over the long run because these posts are going out for you on your behalf. You can lean into Canva templates or resources that help make it easy for you to create content. Or you can simply outsource it if you have the energy, time, and resources to do so. All of these practices or all of these things are going to help you avoid burnout as you increase your frequency, increase your consistency in showing up online and marketing your business. And the last thing that I want to leave you with here is determining success in the long run. And when we look for measurements of success in terms of analytics or evaluating if our content is working for us, I want you to think of it this way. The reason why I also encourage you to show up every single day is at the end of the year, when you're looking back on your analytics and you're looking at data and you're looking at reports and things like that, would you rather see 100+ posts that give you some highs, some lows, and you're like, this worked, this didn't, and be able to see all of those data points? Or maybe it's the end of the year and you realize you only posted 10 times on Instagram and it's really hard to evaluate what worked and what didn't because you just don't have enough data to draw conclusions and help shape your strategy moving forward. So I know that might feel a bit overwhelming, but hopefully it is very motivating for you to understand why it's important to show up online every single day. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and I will see you next week.